Edinger's going to be tagged out, but Crumpley's going to move to second. There's 2 outs now on the board for the Golden Suns, and in's going to step Cambry Hill. Center fielder senior batting .297, had the big 2-run home run in the bottom of the 11th inning yesterday to advance the Golden Suns to this game. Long game yesterday. You're glad to be here after a long night of rest. First pitch coming to Hill. Be outside for ball 1. Two outs, 1-0 count for Cambry Hill. Destiny Crumpley on second base. The 1-0 pitch. Be outside for ball 2. Hill steps back in, awaiting the 2-0 pitch from Redmond. Be outside for ball 3. 3-0 count now for Hill. Destiny Crumpley on second base. 2 outs on the board for the Golden Suns here in the top of the first inning. Redmond gets the sign. 3-0 pitch coming. Be in there for strike 1. Count now 3-1, 2 outs on the board. Swung on and missed. It's going to be strike 2 for Hill. Count now 3-2. Destiny Crumpley on second base. Here in the top of the first inning for the Golden Suns. 3-2 pitch coming from Redmond. It's going to be high for ball 4. Hill's going to move down to first base, and the Golden Suns have 2 on here in the top of the first inning with 2 outs. It's going to bring up Sarah Coronado, the freshman batting .327, playing shortstop today. Played in 56 games, started 56 games as well. It's going to be her 168th at-bat of the season. With runners on, she's batting .289 on the season. Excuse me, she's batting .330 on the season with runners on. First pitch is going to be in there for strike 1. 0-1 count now for Coronado. The 0-1 pitch coming. Just high for ball 1. I'm going to make the count 1-1. 2 outs on the board, 2 on for the Golden Suns. Cambry Hill at first, Destiny Crumpley at second. Redmond, the 1-1 pitch. Be outside for ball 2. Makes the count 2-1 for Coronado. Coronado had a big game Friday, went 3 for 3. And the Golden Suns' first win over Upper Iowa in this series. Pitch is going to be high for ball 3. Going to make the count 3-1 for Coronado. The 3-1 pitch coming from Redmond. In there for strike 2. It's going to make the count full. Coronado's going to step in, awaiting the 3-2 pitch from Redmond. Three-two pitch from Redmond. He popped up towards the right field line. Ran over and caught by the second baseman of Upper Iowa, Tara Walls, and that's going to retire Arkansas Tech here in the first inning. They're in the strand 2 off 1 hit, no runs. We come back to the bottom of the first inning here at Chartwells. You're listening to Golden Suns Softball. And welcome back to Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex here on the beautiful campus of Arkansas Tech University. Golden Suns, after the top of the first inning, stranded 2 with no runs. It'll bring up Upper Iowa, the home team, on the scoreboard today. Leading off for them will be Riley Cruel, the shortstop junior, batting .292 on the season. And in the circle for Arkansas Tech today, Jalissa Gum, the junior, with a .59 ERA and a 21-2 record after defeating Minnesota State in an 11-inning thriller yesterday. Gum pitched all 11 innings for the Golden Suns yesterday. Cruel will step in here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch from Gum. In there for strike 1. Makes the count 0-1. Upper Iowa coming off a 2-win Friday afternoon to stay alive in advance. The 0-1 pitch from Gum is going to be high and outside for ball 1. Cruel step back in, awaiting the 1-1 pitch from Gum. The 1-1 pitch. The outside for ball 2, going to make the count 2-1. No outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Arkansas Tech with the only hit thus far on the scoreboard. 2-1 pitch from Gum. Shot back to Coronado. Coronado over to Goodnight. Going to get past her. Cruel's going to advance to second. And Upper Iowa has a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first inning. They're going to rule that a hit and an error due to the pass ball at first base.
Now hitting the left fielder, number 10, Sammy K. Shafransky.
That'll bring up Sammy K. Shafransky, the left fielder. Freshman batting .263 on the season. With runners on, she's batting .246. First pitch from Gum coming. Edinger pops up awaiting the bunt. Be bunted foul. Makes the count 0-1. Shafransky will step in, awaiting the 0-1 pitch from Gum. Upper Iowa has Riley Cruel on second base here in the bottom of the first. Second pitch from Gum to be low and outside for ball 1. Makes the count 1-1 here in the bottom of the first. Shafransky will step in, awaiting the 1-1 pitch. Chopped just foul over to Edinger at third base. We'll make the count 1-2. Used to seeing Alex Edinger over at second base, but you got Gabby Vasquez playing second base today. Batting ninth, and Alex Edinger over at third. The pitch from Gum. Be high for ball 2. Makes the count 2-2. No outs on the board. Runner in scoring position in Riley Cruel for Upper Iowa. The 2-2 pitch from Gum. Hit foul into the third base dugout. Edinger tried to get over there and make the play, just couldn't get there in time. We'll keep the count at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Gum. Chop back to Gum. Gum's going to look over to Goodnight, going to get the out at first base, but the runner in Riley Cruel at second is going to advance to third. And there's one out here in the bottom of the first, and Upper Iowa has a runner on third base.
Now hitting the designated player, number 18, Jacqueline Flood.
It's going to bring up Jacqueline Flood, the DP. Senior batting .295 on the season. Came in and actually pitched in relief yesterday in the second game. She steps in with one out and a runner on third base. First pitch coming from Gum. Shot back foul into the net. Makes the count 0-1. Upper Iowa being very aggressive here in the bottom of the first inning in their first at-bat, trying to get a runner in. The 0-1 pitch coming from Gum. In there for strike 2. 0-2 count now on Jacqueline Flood. One out on the board, runner on third base for Upper Iowa here in the bottom of the first inning. Each team has a hit. Second pitch from Gum there's going to be high for ball 2, going to make the count 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from Gum. Swung on and missed. Gum's going to get the strikeout, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. It's going to be Gum's first strikeout of the day. 245th strikeout of the year. That's going to bring up Erica Kurgan, the first baseman, batting 188 on the season. With runners on, though, she's batting 222. With 2 outs, she's batting 204. First pitch coming from Gum. Just outside for ball 1, going to make the count 1-0. 2 outs here. Runner on third base for Upper Iowa. 1-0 pitch coming from Gum. We popped up foul over the press box here at Chartwell's. That's going to move the count to 1-1. Kurgan steps in. The 1-1 pitch from Gum. Going to be a high fly ball deep to left field. And Sydney Henson's going to go back, make the catch, and that's going to retire Upper Iowa here in the bottom of the first inning. They're going to strand one, and with no runs scored off of 1 hit and 1 error. We move to the top of the second inning. Arkansas Tech trying to get some runs on the board. We'll see if they can do it. You're listening to Golden Sun Softball. Top of the second inning here at Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for Arkansas Tech. Janie Knowles, the catcher, is going to lead it off. The sophomore batting 287. She's going to step in here at the top of the second, trying to get things going for the Golden Suns. First pitch from Redmond. Will be outside for ball 1. Going to make the count 1-0 here. Thank you for joining us here on River Valley Radio, ArkansasTechSports.com as well, for those listening on the stream. Beautiful day here for NCAA softball. Second pitch from Redmond going to be outside for ball 2. 2-0 count here for Knowles. Top of the second inning. Suns were able to get out of a jam here. The runner, Upper Iowa had a runner on third base in the bottom of the first inning early. 2-0 pitch from Redmond. In there for strike 1, going to make the count 2-1 for Janie Knowles. Knowles steps in, Redmond gets the sign, awaits the 2-1 pitch. Hit ball over the second baseman to the right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. And in the top of the second inning, Janie Knowles gets a base hit here. And a runner on for the Golden Suns. That'll bring up Megan Goodnight, the first baseman freshman, batting .330 on the season. It'll be her 39th start of the season, her 100th at-bat. Runners on, she's batting .313 on the season. See if she can advance Janie here. First pitch from Redmond coming and be in there for strike 1. 0-1 now for Megan. Oh, 1 pitch coming from Redmond. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Megan down early. 0-2 here. No outs on the board. Runner on first base for the Suns. Janie Knowles with a base hit here in the top of the second inning. Megan steps back in, awaits the 0-2 pitch. Good eye by Megan there, high for ball 1. Moves the count to 1-2. One-two pitch coming from Redmond. A little bit outside, going to move the count to 2-2. First and third basemen for Upper Iowa playing in. Shortstop and second baseman playing back. 2-2 pitch coming. He popped up to the first baseman, going to be caught. Good awareness by Janie Knowles to know where the ball was to get back to first base before being tagged out herself. There's one away here in the top of the second inning. It's going to bring up Sydney Henson, the freshman from Greenwood. Batting .341 on the season, started 11 games. Be her 11th start of the season, 41st at bat for Henson. First pitch from Redmond, swung on and missed by Henson. Durant pops up, making sure Janie Knowles stays down at first. Makes the count 0-1 for Henson. 0-1 pitch to Henson. Low for ball 1. Makes the count 1-1. 1 out on the board for the Golden Suns runner on first base. Here in the top of the second inning at Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex. 1-1 pitch. Popped up to the pitcher. It's going to be caught by Redmond. And there's 2 away here in the top of the second inning for the Golden Suns. It's going to bring up Gabby Vasquez, the second baseman, freshman, batting .262 on the season. It'll be her 49th start and her 126th at bat. Runners on, she's batting .260 on the season. First pitch coming from Redmond. In there for strike 1. It's count 0-1 for Gabby. Redmond gets the sign, the 0-1 pitch coming. Swung on and missed. Makes the count 0-2. Runner on first base for the Golden Suns. 2 outs on the board, 0-2 count here for Gabby Vasquez in the top of the second inning. Redmond gets the sign. 0-2 pitch. Just outside, they're going to make the count 1-2. Good eye there by Gabby. She'll step in, awaiting the 1-2 pitch. Good crowd on hand here today for Chartwell's. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That's going to retire Arkansas Tech. Here in the top of the second, they'll strand 1 off 1 hit. And it'll bring up Upper Iowa here in the bottom of the second inning. We'll be back with Golden Suns softball. And welcome back to Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex at Arkansas Tech University NCAA Central Region 1 Softball Championship Saturday. Good crowd on hand here at Chartwell's. From the bottom of the second inning here, no runs scored. It'll bring up Upper Iowa, the home team on the scoreboard today. 4, 5, 6 hitters, or excuse me, the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for Upper Iowa. Tara Walls will lead it off, the second baseman, junior, batting .275 on the season. Right-handed batter. First pitch coming from Gumby, popped up over the visiting bleachers here into the band complex. Makes the count 0-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Still scoreless, like I said. Second pitch from Gum high for ball 1. Make the count 1-1. Those of you just joining us, Arkansas Tech's the visiting team on the scoreboard today after a coin flip last night. Pitch from Gum, swung on and missed. Makes the count 1-2. Gum trying to get her second strikeout of the day. 1-2 pitch coming. Wall steps in. Popped up foul over the visiting team dugout. Keep the count at 1-2. No outs on the board. Here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-2 pitch coming from Gum. Outside for ball 2. Moves the count to 2-2. Walls awaits the 2-2 pitch. Chopped hard into the upper Iowa dugout. Hope that didn't hit anybody. Keeps the count at 2-2. Gum gets the sign, the 2-2 pitch coming. Hard hit ball to center field. Hill's gonna run up and make the catch. And there's one away here in the bottom of the second inning. Great job by Hill there to run up on that hard hit ball and make the catch. It's gonna bring up the catcher for Upper Iowa, Tara Duran, the senior, batting .232 on the season. It'll be her 56th start and her 164th at bat. First pitch from Gum coming. In there for strike 1. 0-1 count now on Duran. Both these teams coming off wins yesterday. Upper Iowa had to win twice to get to where they are today. 0-1 pitch coming. Hard hit ball to the second baseman past Vasquez. That's going to be a base hit for Upper Iowa. And there's one on with one away here in the bottom of the second inning. Their second hit of the game for Upper Iowa. It's also going to be Tara Duran's 38th hit of the season. It's going to bring up Lauren Marlinghouse, third baseman, senior. Batting .255 on the season. Had a big home run yesterday in their first win over Northwest Missouri. First pitch from Gum in there for strike 1. Makes the count 0-1. Upper Iowa with one out and one on here in the bottom of the second inning. 0-1 pitch coming from Gum, high and outside for ball 1, going to make the count 1-1. Katie Sammons, the right fielder, awaits on deck for Upper Iowa. 1-1 pitch coming from Gum. Gets the sign, the pitch. Outside for ball 2. Makes the count 2-1. One out here on the board here in the bottom of the second inning. 2-1 pitch from Gum. Swung on and missed by Marlinghouse. Moves that count to 2-2. Two pitch coming from Gum. Popped up foul over the press box here at Chartwell's. Just joining us, we're scoreless here in the bottom of the second inning. Championship Saturday here at Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex at Arkansas Tech University. 2-2 pitch coming from Gum. Swung on and missed. And there's two away here in the bottom of the second inning. It's going to be Gum's second strikeout of the day.
Hitting next to right fielder, number 7, Katie Sammons.
It's going to be Gum's 246th strikeout of the season. Then's going to step Katie Sammons, the right fielder for Upper Iowa, the junior, batting .293 on the season. We've got a runner on with 2 outs. First pitch coming from Gum. In there for strike 1. With runners on, Katie Sammons is batting .323 on the season, but with 2 outs, batting .224. Shows bunt. Pulls back. Hard hit ball to Ettinger. Ettinger fires over to Goodnight to retire Upper Iowa here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Still scoreless as we move to the top of the 3rd. Golden Suns trying to get something going here. You're listening to Golden Suns Softball. Welcome back to Arkansas Tech University at the Chartwells Women's Sports Complex Championship Saturday. Patrick Camerling, thank you for joining us here on River Valley Radio, ArkansasTechSports.com as well if you're listening on the live stream. Arkansas Tech here in the top of the 3rd inning, due up 1-2-3 batters, top of the lineup. Alex Ettinger is going to lead it off, the 3rd baseman, sophomore. Last appearance, singled, responsible for one of the 2 hits on the scoreboard today for the Golden Suns, trying to get things going here early. Still scoreless here. Hard-fought game thus far by both teams. Both teams had to win yesterday to get here. Arkansas Tech defeating Minnesota State, and Upper Iowa defeating both Northwest Missouri and also Minnesota State in a doubleheader yesterday, and in both elimination games. First pitch coming to Ettinger. In there for strike 1. 0-1 pitch awaits for Ettinger. Redmond gets the sign from her catcher, Duran. 0-1 pitch coming. Hard hit ball to 3rd base. Marlinghouse can't grab it. Alex uses her speed. It's going to be a runner on here at the Golden Suns. The top of the 3rd inning. It bounced off Marlinghouse's glove. I'm not sure if they're going to credit that a hit or an error due to it hitting her glove. We'll wait and get the call on that. They're going to credit it a hit. Such a hard hit ball, it's not ordinary effort. It's going to bring up Ashley Anderson, the right fielder. Getting things started first pitch, swing in here. Ball's going to be just foul. Makes the count 0-1. A 0-1 pitch coming from Redmond. Anderson shows bunt, pulls it back for a ball. Makes the count 1-1. No outs on the board. Alex Ettinger on first base for the Golden Suns. Still scoreless here in the top of the 3rd inning. 1-1 pitch from Redmond. Ettinger is going to go. And she's going to be safe at 2nd. This will be Alex's 14th stolen base of the season. And after some discussion from the umpires, I think they're going to say Alex actually left first base early. So she's going to be called out and make the count 1-1. One out on the board now. 1-1 pitch to Anderson. Outside for ball 2, going to make the count 2-1. Redmond gets the sign, the 2-1 pitch. Anderson's going to pop it up to the 2nd baseman. Going to be under it, make the catch, and there's 2 away here in the top of the 3rd inning on the Golden Suns. Tara Walls went over and made the catch for the Peacocks. Is going to bring up Destiny Crumpley, the DP, batting 321 on the season, her last at bat. Flew out. Actually, no, she did not. It was a fielder's choice, reached on a fielder's choice. First pitch in there for strike one from Redmond. Crumpley steps back in, awaits the 0-1 pitch from Redmond. 2 outs here, still scoreless in the top of the third inning. Hard hit ball by Crumpley to left field. It's gonna get down. Crumpley's rounding first, going for 2, and she's gonna get a stand-up double for Arkansas Tech's 4th hit of the game with 2 outs. There's a runner in scoring position for the Golden Suns. It's gonna be Destiny's 8th double on the season. Destiny took advantage of the big gap over in left center. And that's going to bring up Cambery Hill, the center fielder senior, batting .297 on the season. Her last appearance, she walked. First pitch from Redmond in there for strike one. And the 0-1 count with 2 outs on Hill. Redmond gets the sign, the 0-1 pitch. Hill fouls it back over the press box here at Chartwell's. There's going to be an 0-2 count on Hill. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs on the board, a runner in Destiny Crumpley on second base for the Golden Suns. The 0-2 pitch. High for ball 1, going to make the count 1-2 on Hill. Hill will step back in, awaiting the 1-2 pitch. Hard hit ball by Hill. Center fielder runs over, gonna get under it, and that's gonna retire Arkansas Tech here in the top of the third inning. They're gonna strand one off 1 hit. No runs scored. Gonna bring up Upper Iowa here in the bottom of the third inning. We'll be back with Golden Sun softball. Welcome back to Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex. Upper Iowa up the 9-1-2 hitter. Sammy Garrett getting things started already with an 0-1 count. Garrett, the center fielder, batting .349 on the season, awaits the 0-1 pitch. Showing bunt, pulls back. Ball's going to be high for ball 1. Make the count 1-1 on Garrett. The 1-1 pitch coming from Gum. In there for strike 2. Makes the count 1-2 on Garrett. No outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Still scoreless as well. Thank you for joining us here on River Valley Radio, ArkansasTechSports.com. The 1-2 pitch from Gum, going to be high for ball 2. Garrett will step back in, awaiting the 2-2 pitch from Gum. Gum gets the sign, the pitch. Hard hit ball to Ettinger. Ettinger is going to field it over to Goodnight, and there's going to be 1 away here in the bottom of the third inning. Back to the top of the lineup now for Upper Iowa. It's going to bring up Riley Krull, the shortstop. First appearance today, got a base hit. Krull batting .296 on the season, a left-handed batter. 1 out on the board. She's going to step in, awaiting the first pitch from Gum. First pitch swung on, fouled off towards the third base dugout. She'll step back in, awaiting the 0-1 pitch from Gum. 1 out here in the bottom of the third, the 0-1 pitch. Outside for ball 1 of the count. Makes the count 1-1. One pitch coming from Gum. Shot back to Gum. Gum going to field it over to Goodnight, and that's going to be the second out. There's 2 away here in the bottom of the third inning.
Hitting next, the left fielder, number 10, Sammy K. Shafransky.
It's going to bring up Sammy K. Shafransky, the left fielder freshman, batting .263 on the season. Her last appearance grounded out on a sacrifice. 2 outs here, awaits the pitch. First pitch going to be outside from Gum for ball 1. Count 1-0 for Shafransky. 2 outs on the board, still scoreless here in the bottom of the third inning. Second pitch from Gum outside for ball 2, going to make the count 2-0. Great crowd on hand here at Chartwell's. Beautiful day for softball. The berm is almost full out behind the outfield fence. 2-0 pitch from Gum. The outside for ball 3. A 3-0 count here for Sammy K. Shafransky. 3-0 pitch coming from Gum. In there for strike 1 of the count. Makes the count 3-1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. 3-1 pitch from Gum coming. Outside for ball 4. Shafransky's going to move to first, and that's going to bring up Jacqueline Flood, the DP, a senior, batting .295 on the season. Also does some pitching for Upper Iowa. Came in yesterday in relief in their second game versus Minnesota State. Runner on with 2 outs here for Upper Iowa. Flood's going to foul it off over the press box. Makes the count 0-1. Flood's last appearance, she struck out. With runners on, she's batting .350 on the season. With 2 outs, batting .271. She'll step in, awaiting the 0-1 pitch from Gum. Gum gets the sign. 0-1 pitch coming. We've fouled off for strike 2 of the count. 2 outs on the board, still scoreless here in the bottom of the third inning. .0-2 pitch coming, swung on and missed. That's going to be Gum's third strikeout of the day. It's going to retire Upper Iowa here in the bottom of the third inning. We're going to move to the top of the fourth inning to see if the Golden Suns can get some runs on the board. You're listening to Golden Sun Softball. Welcome back to Chartwells here at Arkansas Tech University. Top of the fourth inning, Arkansas Tech due at 5-6-7 hitters. Sarah Coronado's going to lead it off. The shortstop freshman batting .327 in her last appearance. She flew out, showing bunt here. And the first pitch going to foul it off towards the first base dugout. for strike one of the at-bat. Thank you for joining us here on River Valley Radio, ArkansasTechSports.com. I'm Patrick Camerly. Beautiful day for Championship Saturday here. 0-1 count to Coronado. Going to be in there for strike two. 0-2 count early in the top of the fourth inning here on Coronado. Coronado had a big day Friday, went 3 for 3. Yesterday had a big day as well. Trying to get things going here for the Golden Suns. 0-2 pitch high for ball one of the count. Going to make the count 1-2. No outs on the board here in the top of the fourth. We're also scoreless still. Coronado steps in awaiting the 1-2 pitch. Hard hit ball back to Redmond. Redmond off her glove. Coronado using that speed to dive to first base. Not going to get there in time. And there's one away here in the top of the fourth inning. Great effort there by Sarah to know where the ball was and awareness to dive and try and get there. Just not quick enough. It's going to bring up Janie Knowles, the catcher, sophomore, batting .287, first appearance. Got one of the 4 hits on the board right now for the Golden Suns. First pitch coming from Redmond, in there for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch coming from Redmond. 1 out on the board, still scoreless here. In there for strike two. A little bit of movement on that ball. Like Janie thought it was going to be just a little bit outside, but nonetheless makes the count 0-2. 1 out. Redmond gets the sign. Janie awaits the 0-2 pitch. Hard hit ball to center field. Center fielder's going to come under it, make the catch, and there's 2 away here in the top of the fourth inning. Be Sammy Garrett on the catch out in center field for the Peacocks.
First baseman, number 12, Megan Goodnight.
And as you heard our PA announcer Tom Camerling say, he's going to bring up Megan Goodnight, the first baseman. Freshman batting .330 on the season. She's got 2 outs on her here. First pitch coming from Redmond. Going to be high for ball one. One-0 count now on Goodnight. The pitch. Outside for ball two. Good eye by Megan. 2 outs on the board, top of the fourth inning, still scoreless. Beautiful day here at Chartwell's. If you can make it out, be sure to do so. Great crowd on hand. 2-0 pitch coming to Goodnight. In there for strike one. Makes the count 2-1. Redmond gets the sign, the 2-1 pitch coming. In there for strike two. Makes the count 2-2 for Megan. With 2 outs on the season, Megan's batting .234. She'll step in, try and get a hit here. The 2-2 pitch coming. Hard hit ball, just foul past the right field line. Going to keep the count at 2-2. Goodnight will step in awaiting the 2-2 pitch once again. Red gets the sign, 2-2 pitch. Hard hit ball to the shortstop over to first. Gonna be in time. That's gonna retire Arkansas Tech here in the top of the fourth inning. We'll come back at the bottom of the fourth, Upper Iowa, still scoreless. You're listening to Golden Sun Softball. Welcome back to Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex here on River Valley Radio and ArkansasTechSports.com. Bottom of the fourth inning, we're still scoreless. The 4-5-6 hitters due up for Upper Iowa. Erica Kurgan, the first baseman, will get things started. Senior batting 188 on the season. First pitch from Gum is going to hit Kurgan right on the knee, and she's going to go down to first base. And that's going to bring up for Upper Iowa Tara Walls, the second baseman, junior, batting 275. Upper Iowa's first base coach checking on Kurgan down there, making sure she's okay. She's going to stay down there and be the runner. And as I say that, it looks like the Upper Iowa coaching staff's going to make a change here. And we're going to have a pinch runner on first base for Erica Kurgan. It's going to be number 9, Jenny Buds, a freshman. Going to come in and be a pinch runner.
Jenny Budd, number 9.
Tara Walls in her last at-bat flew out to center field with runners on. She's batting 237 on the season. Right-handed batter. No outs here on the board in the bottom of the fourth inning. First pitch coming from Gum. Going to show bunt. Ettinger going to fire over to first to Gabby Vasquez and get the first out of the inning. But nonetheless, Jenny Buds is going to advance over to second base, and Upper Iowa has a runner in scoring position. It's going to bring up the catcher, Tara Duran, the senior, batting 232 on the season. This will be her 166th at-bat. Last at-bat, she singled. First pitch is going to be fouled off over the home dugout bleachers. Makes the count 0-1. One out on the board. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Runner on second base for Upper Iowa and Jenny Buds. 0-1 pitch coming from Gum. Outside for ball one. Makes the count 1-1. With runners on, Duran's batting 289 on the season. Right-handed batter as well. The 1-1 pitch from Gum. Swung on and missed by Duran. That's going to make the count 1-2. There's one away still in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-2 count. Duran's going to step in awaiting the pitch from Gum. Shows bunt, pulls back. It's going to be a fly ball to left field. Sydney Henson's under it, going to make the catch. And there's going to be two away here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And that's going to bring up Lauren Marlinghouse, third baseman.
Lauren Marlinghouse.
The senior batting 255 on the season. Has a runner on second base with 2 outs. The first pitch from Gum. Outside for ball one. Make the count 1-0. Marlinghouse's first at-bat, she struck out. So a big bat in the Upper Iowa lineup with a big home run in their first win over Northwest Missouri yesterday. Second pitch from Gum fouled off into the net off the catcher's mask, Janie Knowles. Makes the count 1-1. Marlinghouse this season with runners on is batting 197. With 2 outs, she's batting 245. 1-1 pitch. Outside for ball 2. 2-1 count now for Marlinghouse. 2 outs on the board. Runner on second base and Jenny Buds. 2-1 pitch from Gum. Swung on and missed. Gonna make the count 2-2. Jalissa trying to get her 4th strikeout of the day. Marlinghouse going to check swing. First base umpire's going to look down. The second base is going to say she went. Second time Marlinghouse has struck out today. Jalissa Gum's 4th of the day will come back with the top of the 5th inning. Golden Suns trying to get some runs on the board. We'll see if they can do it. You're listening to Golden Suns Softball. And welcome back to the Chartwells Women's Sports Complex here at Arkansas Tech University. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for Arkansas Tech. Sydney Henson going to lead it off. The freshman from Greenwood playing left field. First pitch outside for strike 1, actually. Henson will step back in, awaiting the 0-1 pitch. Hard hit ball to right field. Right fielder's under it. They're going to make the catch for Upper Iowa. Oh, it's Katie Salmons on the catch for Upper Iowa. It's going to bring up Gabby Vasquez, the 9-hole hitter. Second baseman, freshman, batting .262 on the season. Left-handed hitter. First pitch is going to be popped up over the press box here at Chartwells. Thank you for joining us here, River Valley Radio. Also, ArkansasTechSports.com. I'm Patrick Camerling. Top of the 5th inning here. Gabby Vasquez awaits the 0-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. 0-2 count on Gabby. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning, still scoreless. As both these teams are trying to survive and advance. Next pitch from Redmond outside for ball 1, going to make the count on Vasquez, 1-2. One-two pitch coming from Redmond. Be fouled off towards the tennis courts here at the Chartwells Women's Sports Complex. Great crowd on hand here today. The berm is almost full, as well the bleachers. This NCAA Central 1 Region Championship Saturday. Redmond gets the sign. 1-2 pitch coming. Gabby, hard hit ball to the shortstop, going to be caught. And there's going to be 2 away here. Top of the 5th inning. Riley Cruel with the awareness there at shortstop to make the catch on the hard hit ball. It's going to move us back to the top of the lineup for Arkansas Tech. Alex Ettinger is going to come up for her 3rd at-bat of the day, the 3rd baseman. It's 2 for 2 so far on the day. Responsible for 2 of the 4 hits on the scoreboard for Arkansas Tech. First pitch swinging back to the shortstop. Cruel over to the first baseman, going to be out. And that's going to retire Arkansas Tech here in the top of the 5th. We'll be back with Upper Iowa in the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Golden Sun Softball. Welcome back here to Chartwells Women's Sports Complex. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, still scoreless here in the championship Saturday of the NCAA Central 1 Regional Tournament. Both these teams trying to advance to the Super Regionals this next week, scheduled for Wednesday and Thursday. Upper Iowa, 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up. Katie Salmons, the right fielder, will lead things off. The junior batting .293 in her last appearance. She grounded out to the 3rd baseman. First pitch from Gum is high for ball 1. Both these teams have already faced this weekend. A Friday matchup, Arkansas Tech winning 6-0 on Friday. Still scoreless, though, here in the bottom of the 5th. Next pitch from Gum, outside again for ball 2. The count makes the count 2-0 for Salmons. No outs. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 pitch from Gum. High for ball 3. Moves the count to 3-0. Jalissa yesterday pitched an 11-inning thriller to get her 21st win of the season over Minnesota State. 3-0 pitch coming from Gum. In there for strike one of the count. Makes the count 3-1. No outs on the board. Bottom of the fifth inning here at Chartwells. Beautiful day for softball. The 3-1 pitch. Hard hit ball to left field. Henson's there with a diving catch. And Henson's going to retire Katie Salmons. Great effort there by Sydney Henson to lay out her body and dive and make the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
Hitting next to center fielder, number 1, Sammy Garrett.
It's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Sammy Garrett for Upper Iowa, the center fielder. Sophomore batting .349 on the season, leading the team. First pitch from Gum. In there for strike one. One pitch awaits. Be high for ball one. 1-1 count now on Garrett. One out now after the catch by Sydney Henson. 1-1 pitch coming. Next pitch outside for ball two. 2-1 count now. 2-1 pitch coming from Gum. That's a fair ball off the end of the bat. Gum's going to field it over to Goodnight. And there's two away here in the bottom of the fifth. It's kind of a weird play. We thought it was a foul ball here to start, but it actually hit off the end of the bat, but it stayed fair. And good awareness by Jalissa Gum to field the ball and gun it over to Goodnight for the second out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. That's going to move us back to the top of the lineup for Upper Iowa. Riley Cruel, the junior, is going to step in, shortstop, batting .292 on the season. Two outs here in the bottom of the fifth inning, still scoreless. First pitch coming from Gum. Chopper from Cruel. Goodnight's going to get it to Gabby Vasquez, but foot's not going to be on the bag, and Cruel's going to reach. With two outs here in the bottom of the fifth, Upper Iowa has a runner on, and Riley Cruel. This will be Cruel's 60th hit of the season. The umpires are going to discuss some things on the call here, but seems as though it will stand. And that's going to bring up Sammy K. Shafransky, the left fielder, freshman, batting .263. Two outs, runner on first for Upper Iowa. The first pitch coming to Shafransky from Gum. Going to be swung on and missed for strike one. Going to make the count 0-1. The 0-1 pitch coming. Outside for ball one. If you're just joining us, we're still scoreless here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Arkansas Tech today, after a coin flip between Upper Iowa and Arkansas Tech, is actually the visitors on the scoreboard and in the first base dugout today. 1-1 pitch coming. Hard hit foul ball over towards the third base dugout. It's going to make the count 1-2. Runner on first base for Upper Iowa and Riley Cruel. Two outs, 1-2 count for Shafransky. Pitch coming from Gum. Going to be high, but the pitch is going to get away from Knowles. Cruel's going to advance to second. And with a 2-2 count now and two outs, Riley Cruel is in scoring position for the Peacocks. Shafransky will step back in. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Outside for ball three. The count is now full with two outs on the board and a runner in scoring position. Gum gets the sign, the 3-2 pitch. It's going to be hit to Coronado at short. She's going to fire over to Goodnight, and she's going to be out at first. That's going to retire Upper Iowa here in the bottom of the fifth. We go to the top of the sixth. Golden Suns got to get some runs on the board. We'll see if they can do it. We'll be back with Golden Suns softball. and welcome back here to the Chartwells Women's Sports Complex. We're in the top of the 6th inning now. The 2-3-4 hitters due up, or 2-3-4 hitters due up for Arkansas Tech here in the top of the 6th. Ashley Anderson, the sophomore, batting .271, will lead things off. First pitch from Redmond's going to be outside for ball 1. Still scoreless here in the top of the 6th inning. No outs on the board, obviously. Just getting started here. Ashley's last appearance, she popped up to the second baseman. First pitch, second pitch rather, outside for strike 1. The count, going to make the count 1-1. Ashley trying to get things going here for the Golden Suns. Got to get some runs on the board. The 1-1 pitch coming from Redmond. Going to hit back to Redmond. Redmond's going to pop over, fire over to the first baseman. And it's going to retire Ashley Anderson here in the top of the 6th inning. Erica Kurgan, the first baseman, on the catch from Redmond for the Peacocks. It's going to bring up Destiny Crumpley, the DP freshman, batting .321 on the season. First pitch coming. Be in there for strike 1. 0-1 count now on Destiny. Redmond's going to get the sign. The 0-1 pitch coming. 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. Going to be low and outside in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 count now on Destiny. Destiny's last appearance, she had the big double to left center. Destiny's going to pop this one up to right field. Right fielder's going to be under it, going to make the catch, and there's 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Katie Salmons on the catch in right field for Upper Iowa. It's going to bring up the center fielder and senior Cambery Hill. Hill yesterday with the big 2-run home run in the bottom of the 11th inning for the Golden Suns to get them to this game today. First pitch from Redmond is going to be outside for ball 1. Going to make the count 1-0 for Hill. Trying for some 2-out magic here. In the top of the 6th inning, we're still scoreless. Second pitch from Redmond going to be fouled off. Right behind home plate. Make the count 1-1. 2 outs. Hill will step back in, awaiting the 1-1 pitch. Will be outside for ball 2. Big bat in the lineup here for the Golden Suns. You really need Hill to make something happen here. 2-1 pitch coming from Redmond. Will be a high fly ball to left field. Left fielder's going back, and that ball is going to be out of here. Cambery Hill with the solo home run with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning is going to put Arkansas Tech on the board with a 1-0 lead. The Cambery Hill's 2nd home run in 2 days, and it's also going to be her 7th of the season. Came at a much-needed time. It's going to bring up Sarah Coronado now, the shortstop freshman, batting .327 on the season. After some discussion by Upper Iowa, they wanted to see what they're going to do here with Coronado coming up and 2 outs on the board. It was a well-hit ball by Cambery there. The fans in left field are taking that home as a souvenir. Beautiful day here at Chartwells. Great crowd on hand. Like I've said before, the berm is almost full of spectators. So if you're listening and want to make it out here, you still have a little bit of time. And here comes Coronado stepping in. Coronado's last appearance, she grounded out before that, flew out. Trying to keep this little bit of 2-out magic going, like we said. First pitch from Redmond. On the outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch coming from Redmond. Going to be high for ball 2. 2-0 count now for Coronado. 2 outs on the board. Arkansas Tech's the first to strike here in the top of the 6th after a big home run from Cambry Hill. Third pitch from Redmond in there for strike 1. 2-1 now on Coronado. It's a much needed home run for the Golden Suns here. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off towards the visiting dugout. The Arkansas Tech dugout today, if you're just joining us. Arkansas Tech, the visiting team on the scoreboard today. Coronado will step back in for another 2-2 pitch. Got her looking, and that's going to retire Arkansas Tech in the top of the 6th, but not before a big solo home run from Cambry Hill. Upper Iowa due up here in the bottom of the 6th, trying to get that run back. You're listening to Golden Sun Softball. And welcome back to Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex here at Arkansas Tech University. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Arkansas Tech leading 1-0 after a big solo home run from Cambry Hill in the top of the 6th. Jacqueline Flood will step in now for Upper Iowa. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for Upper Iowa. First pitch swinging from Flood. Gum's going to run over and make the catch, and there's one away after one pitch here in the bottom of the 6th. Great awareness there by Jalissa to run over and make the catch. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Erica Kurgan, senior, batting 188 on the season. 1 out on the board. Upper Iowa trailing 1-0 to the Golden Suns. First pitch from Gum on the outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch coming from Gum. Shot back foul towards the third base dugout. Gonna make the count 1-1. 1 out. The Golden Suns leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Kurgan awaits the pitch. Just outside for ball 2. Didn't miss by much. The count's gonna be 2-1. 2-1 pitch from Gum. Gonna be high for ball 3. Move the count to 3-1 for Erica Kurgan. Kurgan's last at bat, she was hit by a pitch. Before that, she flew out to left field. Pitch in there for strike 2. The count gonna move the count to full with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jalissa trying to get her 5th strikeout of the day. 3-2 pitch from Gum, going to be fouled off the railing of the net here behind home plate. And the count will stay at 3-2. Kurgan steps back in, awaiting the 3-2-1 out pitch. Swung on and miss. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Jalissa Gum's 5th strikeout of the day and 249th of the season. One more, and Jalissa will reach that 250 mark. In's going to step Tara Walls, second baseman, junior. First pitch from Gum is going to be outside for ball 1. 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Golden Suns leading 1-0 if you're just joining us. The 1-0 pitch coming from Gum. In there for strike 1. 1-1 count now. 2 outs for Walls. Her last appearance, she sacrificed but was put out 5-4. Next pitch from Gum's going to be outside for the second ball of the count. Going to move the count to 2-1, 2 outs. And Walls will step in awaiting the 2-1 pitch. Pitch from Gum. Going to be hit to center field. Cambria Hill's coming up, has to dive for it. Not going to get there. Walls is going to reach after a well-hit ball to center field. It's going to bring up the catcher, Tara Duran, or Tara Duran, rather. Senior batting .232. She's going to step in with 2 outs, trailing 1-0 with a runner on first base and Tara Walls. Jalissa Gum's pitch count is at 87 today. Here comes the first pitch to Walls. In there for strike 1. Duran steps in awaiting the 0-1 pitch from Gum. He fouled off behind the press box. Fan's going to take that home as a souvenir. 0-2 pitch coming from Gum. Duran shows bunt, going to pull it back, swinging away. It's going to pop up over to Ettinger at third. She's going to make the catch, and that's going to be the end of the 6th inning. Your Golden Suns will move to the top of the 7th, trying to pad this 1-0 lead. You're listening to Golden Suns softball. And welcome back to Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex here at Arkansas Tech University. We're in the top of the 7th inning with the Golden Suns leading Upper Iowa 1-0. Due up for the Golden Suns here in the top of the 7th. 6, 7, 8 hitters. Janie Knowles, the catcher, will lead it off for the Golden Suns. Trying to pad this 1-0 lead and trying to advance for the first time in program history to the Super Regional play and the NCAA championships. Be held this next Wednesday and Thursday. First pitch coming to Knowles from Redmond. Will be swung on and hit to the second baseman. Going to be a base hit. 1 pitch and 1 hit. Janie Knowles is on first base for the Golden Suns here in the top of the 7th inning. We're going to have a pinch hitter here. Looks like Ashley Savage will step in. Pinch hitting for Megan Goodnight. Ashley Savage yesterday stepped in the game versus Minnesota State late to bat, be the DP. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner at first base for Janie Knowles as well, and Samantha Herwick. Coach McSweeney's talking to the umpires, making the substitutions. We'll get things going right after that. If you're just joining us, Golden Suns gained a 1-0 lead in the top of the 6th inning out after a huge solo home run into left field from Cambry Hill. Cambry Hill yesterday was the one that won the game in 11 innings versus Minnesota State for the Golden Suns. Ashley Savage is going to show bunt. Redmond fields it over to first, going to pop off the first baseman's glove. And Ashley Savage is going to be on first base. And with no outs here in the top of the 7th inning, the Golden Suns have Ashley Savage and Samantha Herwick on first and second base. We're going to have another pinch hitter here. It's going to be Chloe Clifton. She's going to be batting for Sydney Henson. And Upper Iowa is going to talk things over. Crunch time here for both teams. Both teams trying to advance farther into postseason play. Arkansas Tech is 2-0 in the Central Region 1 tournament. Trying to advance for the first time in program history, like we said, to Super Regional play, which will be this next week, Wednesday and Thursday. Upper Iowa and Arkansas Tech have already faced once in this tournament. On Friday, Arkansas Tech defeated Upper Iowa 6-0, and Upper Iowa yesterday to get to this point had to defeat both Northwest Missouri and also Minnesota State in back-to-back games yesterday, so it's been hard fought to get to this point. Actually, Sydney Henson is still going to stay in her spot. She's going to step in. Freshman from Greenwood, batting .341 on the season. Actually going to move over to the right side, originally batting left-handed. She's going to show bunt, pull it back. First pitch outside for ball 1. Makes the count 1-0. No outs on the board. 2 on for the Golden Suns. The 1-0 pitch to Henson. Henson is going to bunt it down to Redmond. Redmond's going to fire over to first base. They're going to get Henson, but nonetheless, Ashley Savage and Samantha Herwick are going to move to second and third base. And the Golden Suns have 2 in scoring position, thanks in part to Sydney Henson on the bunt, with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. And then now we're going to have Chloe Clifton stepping in to pinch hit for Gabby Vasquez.
Now pinch hitting for Arkansas Tech, number 21, Chloe Clifton.
Chloe Clifton also stepped in late in the game versus Minnesota State yesterday. Had a big hit and advanced some runs in. First pitch to Clifton's going to be in there for strike 1. Makes the count 0-1. 2 on for the Golden Suns. Both in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the 7th and a 1-0 lead. The 0-1 pitch from Redmond. Chloe Clifton's going to pop it up over the press box. It's going to make the count 0-2. 1 out. Clifton will step in awaiting the 0-2 pitch. Trying to push these runs in. The pitch from Redmond swung on and missed. That's going to strike out Chloe Clifton, and there's 2 away here in the top of the 7th inning. It's going to bring up Alex Ettinger, the third baseman, sophomore, batting .386 on the season. And also back to the top of the order.
The third baseman, number 11, Alex Ettinger.
Redmond gets the sign. Alex runs up, watches it go by for strike 1. Alex, this is her 5th at-bat of the day. Her last appearance grounded out, but in the first 2, singled. So she's 2 for 3 on the day, having a great day so far. The 0-1 pitch to Ettinger. Going to be hit hard to the shortstop, going to be caught to end the inning. Golden Suns are going to strand 2. And we'll move to the bottom of the 7th. The Golden Suns need 3 outs to advance to Super Regional play. We'll see if they can do it. You're listening to Golden Sun Softball. And welcome back to Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex here at Arkansas Tech University. Bottom of the 7th inning, Upper Iowa trailing 1-0 to the Arkansas Tech Golden Suns. The Golden Suns are 3 outs away from advancing to Super Regional play in the NCAA Championships. Julissa Gum is going to stay in the circle and go the distance here for the 3rd straight game for the Golden Suns. Upper Iowa going to lead it off as Lauren Marlinghouse. First pitch from Gum is going to be outside for ball 1. Marlinghouse playing third base, the senior batting .255 in both appearances at the plate today, has struck out. The 1-0 pitch from Gum coming. In there for strike 1. Moves the count to 1-1. Arkansas Tech fans are on their feet. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's going to move the count to 1-2. Count now 1-2, no outs. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-2 pitch fouled off into the net. Going to keep the count at 1-2. Gum gets the sign, the 1-2 pitch coming. We chopped hard into the visiting team dugout, the Arkansas Tech dugout today, if you're just joining us. Arkansas Tech leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the 7th, trying to get 3 outs in advance to Super Regional play. The 1-2 pitch coming from Gum to Marlinghouse. Chopped off again. Right over the net and into the press box. A lucky fan is going to take that home as a souvenir once again today. Marlinghouse will step back in. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch again from Gum. Here's the pitch. Going to be chopped into right field. Ashley Anderson's going to dive for it. Not going to make the catch. And Upper Iowa with no outs has a runner on in Lauren Marlinghouse. In the bottom of the 7th inning, Ashley had to run up and make a diving play on it. Just was a step short. It was a well-placed ball.
Hitting next to right fielder number 7, Katie Salmons.
It's going to bring up Katie Salmons, the right fielder. We're also going to have a pinch runner at first base, number 3 for Upper Iowa. It's going to be Julia Buffington, freshman.
Pitch running at first base for Upper Iowa, number 3, Julia Buffington.
Katie Salmons, like we said, will step in, the junior batting .293 on the season. Her last appearance, she flew out before that, grounded out to the third baseman. With runners on the season, though, she's batting .318 as opposed to her normal season average of .289. She's going to show bunt first. Awaiting the first pitch from Gum. She's going to pull back, going to swing on it, going to pop it up to center field. Coronado calls off Hill. Coronado makes the catch, and there's one away. Here in the bottom of the 7th, the runner will stay at first. And that's going to bring up Sammy Garrett, the center fielder. Sophomore batting .349 on the season, leading the team for Upper Iowa. Upper Iowa's the 8th seed in the NCAA tournament. Arkansas Tech, the number 1 seed. She waits the first pitch. Shows bunt, gets past Knowles. The runner's going to advance and Buffington to second. And Upper Iowa has a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 7th. Count will be 1-0 for Sammy Garrett. Runner on second, Julia Buffington. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch from Gum. Going to be popped up over the press box for the first strike of the count and make it 1-1. The 1-1 pitch going to be fouled off into the net right in front of our broadcast booth here. Moves the count to 1-2. Julissa trying to get her 250th strikeout of the season and 6th of the day. This would be a huge strikeout here for Jalissa with a runner in scoring position for Upper Iowa. The 1-2 pitch coming. Going to be high for ball 2. Going to move the count to 2-2. Gum, the 2-2 pitch. Going to be hit. Gabby Vasquez is going to come over and make the catch. Runner's going to stay at second. There's 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th, and the Golden Suns are 1 out away from advancing to the Super Regionals of the NCAA tournament for the first time in program history. It's going to bring us back to the top of the lineup for Upper Iowa. Riley Krull, the shortstop, junior, batting .292 on the season. Last appearance singled and also in her first appearance singled. Sorry, I got a little tongue-tied there. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, runner on second base. The first pitch from Gum. Just outside for ball 1. Two outs. Golden Suns have a 1-0 lead, 1 out away from advancing to the Super Regionals. The 1-0 pitch from Gum. Going to be popped up over the home side bleachers. Moves the count to 1-1. Fans on the berm here at Arkansas Tech are on their feet. The 1-1 pitch from Gum. Going to be fouled off again, going to move the count to 1-2. The Golden Suns are 1 strike away from advancing. The 1-2 pitch coming from Gum. Riley Krull steps in. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. The pitch. Swung on and missed. And the Golden Suns are going to advance to the NCAA Super Regionals for the first time in program history. Jalissa Gum's going to get her 250th strikeout of the season on that pitch and also her 6th of the day. And a great win, a great finish to a home hosting regional for the Golden Suns here at Chartwells. Both teams are going to come out and shake hands. Coach McSweeney and the rest of her staff are going to get a Gatorade bath. We're going to enjoy this win and get ready for next Wednesday and Thursday. Arkansas Tech scored 1 run in the top of the 6th inning off of a huge solo home run from Cambry Hill, which ended up giving them the win, 1-0. Final stat line for Arkansas Tech: 1 run off 6 hits and 1 error. For Upper Iowa, no runs off 5 hits and 1 error. The placement of Arkansas Tech will be announced, I'm assuming, later in the week after the conclusion of the rest of the Central Region 2 tournament, which will conclude today, and also the rest of the regionals going on. It's been a fun day, a fun tournament nonetheless. Thank you for joining us here on River Valley Radio and also ArkansasTechSports.com. I'm Patrick Kamerling. I look forward to doing more Golden Suns softball here in the next couple of days. Thank you for listening. You've been listening to Golden Suns Softball.